Brant, is shout out Sheila Hamp-Ford. Look, I'm going to rewind just a bit ago, just a few years ago, where she comes in to an impossible job and decides, yeah, we got to, clear. Now, she was not perfect by any means. We talk about the Jeff Okudah pick, not getting rid of Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia early enough, whatever. But look, she gets rid of them. She brings in Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes, obviously they hire Dan Campbell. I mean, that trio right there, I'm not going to say Rod Wood, but like that trio right there, they have done the unthinkable. And I don't want to skip over that. Brad Holmes comes in to, from the LA Rams, and he's coming into an impossible job. Brant, his first move is to trade the beloved franchise quarterback in Matthew Stafford, who this city absolutely loves. And it's about stocking draft capital at that point. Now, some people are like, you know what? Tear it all down. I don't care. Others are like, dude, Stafford's the one good thing that we have going for us, and we don't ever draft well. Well, that was before this regime. And you look at this team and how Brad Holmes is drafted. I'll even just go to the most recent draft, okay? The Lions trade back, right? They don't take Jalen Carter. And not only do they not take Jalen Carter, they don't get Bijan Robinson, the clear-cut RB1 of this draft. They go and take Jahmyr Gibbs at number 12. And we're all like, what are you doing? You can't get that value for the second best running back in this class at number 12. Brant, who's been the best running back in this rookie class? It's been Jahmyr Gibbs. And maybe that's to the fault of Arthur Smith and how the Falcons use Bijan Robinson. I think that's a huge piece of it. But the bottom line is they went and got a weapon that they knew. Maybe it wasn't the first few weeks of the season, okay? And I remember even sitting here and being like, hey, you draft this guy number 12, he better be able to immediately contribute. I remember being that guy. But as the season has gone on, guess who's an absolute integral part of this playoff run right now? It's Jahmyr Gibbs. Okay, it's Brian Branch, it's Sam Laporta, it's the Amon-Ra St. Brown, third-round draft pick a couple years ago, absolute stud. Okay, that offensive line is elite. We're seeing what it looks like when they're healthy and they're clicking, and that's the Brad Holmes vision. That's the Dan Campbell coaching. The culture change absolutely needed to happen, and I know we hear that word so many times in Detroit, but it needed to happen. You needed a coach to come in here. He may not have been the X's and O's coach that you're going to bring in. He was never going to be Bill Belichick, okay? But you know what he was? He was the culture setter, the tone setter. This is a head coach who played for this team in 2008 when they went 0-16. He knows what the city has been through. He knows how important it is to get this right. Not only did his words shock people at first, kind of made some people laugh, like, easy, dude, biting kneecaps, all of the stuff. We know what he said. He's delivered. And not only has he delivered a few times or in critical moments, he's delivered ahead of schedule. Brant, this is year 3 of this regime. They are the divisional champions for the first time in 30 years. They will host a home playoff game at Ford Field. And regardless of what happens, and I'm right there with you, regardless of what happens, this season is huge for this franchise. We are turning a page. We absolutely are turning a page. And look, the Lions, I don't change my take from a couple weeks ago. I think they could beat anybody. They could beat anybody in the NFL right now. They could also lose to anybody and surprise us, okay? So we don't know. But do you love this team? I do. Do Lions fans love this team? They do. Nationwide, does America love the Lions? They absolutely do. And so, Brant, I am all in. I am thrilled for Lions fans everywhere. And I just don't want to miss this moment to say, enjoy this. Like you said, crack a beer. Enjoy this moment. Like, This is big. It is. No, you haven't won a Super Bowl, okay? No, you haven't won an NFC championship or whatever, but you have done something that has not been done in 30 years. Enjoy it. Go ahead.
Dave, Michigan is America's team. I don't want you to forget that. Jim Harbaugh told me that. Um, no, I think the point about Sheila Ford Hamp is well taken, and a really good point by you because she actually put the right pieces in the right places, and it panned out beautifully. And whatever happens in the future, whatever happens next year, doesn't matter right now because to me, it's so easy to flip in the NFL. You can become from worst to first every single year, right? There's different ways to do it, obviously, but this year they feel like they went in to win the NFC North, and they accomplished that. We go back to the trade deadline things where maybe they're not built for the Super Bowl right now because you just said they can win any game, they can lose any game. They didn't go all in at the trade deadline, so it feels like mission accomplished for this year to win the NFC North, and that's what they did. So, hats off to the whole organization. And I don't think anybody's really ever said that about the Detroit Lions organization. Hats off to them.
And no, they haven't. And the last thing I'll say, and it's kind of the perfect segue to Michigan football, is look, Michigan up 30-24 against Ohio State as they march down the field and have Marvin Harrison Jr. making magic happen. And we're all sitting there like this. Oh my God, here it comes. Up 6. They're going to take it down the field, score a touchdown, kick the extra point, and we will lose by 1 point. That Michigan team was different, is different. That program is different. Rod Moore gets that interception. That has not historically happened. The same thing happened to the Lions this weekend. Wasn't the prettiest, best win in the world. They kept the Vikings in it, but they're up 6. Justin Jefferson converting on like a 3rd and 26, something wild, okay? But they come down with a game-sealing turnover that hasn't happened. Has not happened to this team, to this franchise ever. We're always on the other side of it where it's just heartbreak. Okay. This is different. This Lions team is different. Enjoy it, soak it up because, man, years like this don't come around often, especially in this league where every win is hard to come by. Go Lions.